is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. They'll start out on the ground with a Jay. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jared Reed in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Returnable for Lockett. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Thomas rolls, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. On second down, Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. That good for 19 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single right.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. William Hayes in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Third and long, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Past the 20. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it first and 10. In the red zone this time. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. On the ground, rolls. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Again, it's Rolls. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So on fourth down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll indeed go for it with Cutler. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll throw on first down with Cutler. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again, it's Cutler. And Stills over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31. Again, it's Cutler. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. To throw again is Cutler. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with fourth down and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. Fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Cutler. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Walls. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board. But it can't be what either of us expected, can it? No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Cutler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at him turn. And some room to maneuver. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On first down, Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. First down, this is Rawls. Hurdles over him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Off the fake to Lacey, here's Wilson. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's Curse for the Seattle touchdown, hauling it in. Jermaine Curse, 30 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's Cutler. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Cutler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Flexing his muscle at the 30, and it's caught by Parker. 20 yards on the pickup there, and that's good for a Miami first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
They set up the screen to Ajayi, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The first down screen pass, good for 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jay Ajayi from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Cutler to throw again. Forced out under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it, and it helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try to make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yards like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 prop.
Jay's going to go. The 30. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. So they're going to go for 2. Cutler to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And he'll be tackled short of the goal line. But there is a flag down. Let's see what the call is here. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Here we go now.
Now it's Cutler. He's got it. And they will not go quietly as we are back to a 2-score game. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it... through the end zone for a touchback. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Wilson to throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, here's the option left. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a one-score game. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So the 3 points there gets him a bit closer, but you can bet there's probably some guys on that sideline, Charles, thinking we deserve a better play.
No doubt, Brandon. Those 2 misses earlier kind of hanging over him right about now. In a tight one like this, if those are makes, then obviously this is a completely different game.
And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Cutler kneels on it, and that should just about do it.
Polo to the flow though. You already know though. It's Adamville for real. You see ya, just take a photo. I'm reppin' that's on photo with a on your bro though. Cause that Jodo thought that he could rob a player for some dodo. Oh no, I'm so Allen Temple. I'm so England Manor. I'm so Misty Valley. And I got a couple yesterday out of Cali. And my bag from the valley bought me brand new balance. And I'm playing with a no American dream, dusty road. Man, she been riding since her daddy rode on bold. I done in every hole, telling every I ain't with my wife, but if she meet her, might be a go. Rick Flair flashy. Don't I look dashy? Don't I look classy? Don't act so sassy. I'm the man, boo. That's with or without you. We what your say. Show me what that.
I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it's lonely at the top, but this the best. Hey, don't you see me out here shining, barely flex. I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it's lonely at the top, but this the best. And even if we die today, gon' live forever. Live forever.
Daddy fat say with 3 X's. Take the X's, no X's on my chest, but all these diamonds got me blessed. Usually I don't do this. Dumb it down, go stupid. Since 17 been counting M's, my bank accounts on goofy. Gave up. Now who know what the truth is? Chicago full of my garage is full of hoops. Got that southern drawl and all that. My like ball bags. The South got something to say, and all y'all can't get y'all ball back. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call sacks? Daddy fat, y'all never fall back. Like clocks in the wintertime, we stay eating like it's dinner time. Been feasting and feasting big, but it ain't no rhyme. We don't know the meaning of drought, cause we keep it so wet. Why swear now, it's been a while. Just speaking in general, boy, there is no formidable opponent or at that bone that you never step on it. When you wanna mind the kind of give it hope when they down and out. Dig a hole so deep, ain't no climbing out.
Yeah, I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it's lonely at the top, but this the best. Don't you see me out here shining, barely flex. I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say it's lonely at the top, this the best. And even if we die today, gon' live forever. Live forever.
Yo, listen, just like I told Coco, my vision is you already know though. So go, slow, back my logo, for show, go, get down on the. Yo, listen, just like I told Coco, my vision is you already know though. So go, slow, back my logo, for show, go, now get down on it.
Man, too broke to pay attention. Man, yeah. Man, listen. All I got is this ambition. That's it. A couple million make you stand different. Hey. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. I'm like, man, listen. All I got is this ambition. You did. A couple million make you stand different. I am. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. The game is friendless, the pain is endless. The game changed, I blame these lame pretenders. My friends and Benzes parked at the entrance. Inside, you still hear the engine. Like, ren, this is your ending. If you're offended, I dare you defend it. This is rushing through my blood like the Kremlin. I'm back with a vengeance. And this is what the sound of revenge is. Win-win, man, listen. All I got is this ambition. That's it. A couple million make you stand different. Hey. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. I'm like, man, listen. All I got is this ambition. You did. A couple million make you stand different. I am. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. Where I come from, you can't visit. I talk money, I guess you understand different. Hand gestures counting till my hands blister. You can't miss us louder than Fran Drescher. Pinky rings, hand kisses, soprano. I feel like Paulie Castellano in designer stitches. I heard him say I made Rihanna. Mind your business, what kind of honor is this? I'm trying to see Madonna, all kind of riches. In Miami, dining with the finest. Everybody acting kind of vicious. These politicians won't let my brother visit. I'm like, man, listen. All I got is this ambition. That's it. A couple million make you stand different. Hey. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. I'm like, Man, listen, all I got is this ambition. A couple million make you stand different. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. He's a fake baller, globe trotter, bank account $4. No comma, I know you wanna pop collars. Pop collars, I know you wanna pop collar. Top dollar, pull up in that top dollar. Yeah. She got that top dollar. Top dollar. Yeah. Man, listen. All I got is this ambition. A couple million make you stand different. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it. I'm like, man, listen. All I got is this ambition. A couple million make you stand different. They dropped the ball and so I ran with it.
Tell them I'm please up. Get my shit, man, squeeze up. Body shaking from the knees up. Like, nigga, freeze up. Tell them I'm please up. Get my shit, man, squeeze up. Body shaking from the knees up. That's it.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah, little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save her. Say amen. Amen. Yeah. That boys and they can't win. Can't win. Check. Corner. We in it, we gonna. Corner. Tell it like my persona. Corner. Remember them was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Glow up. Walk in. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up. Yeah. I'm laughing to the bank. All new blue Benny Franks. Pulled up on him in the tank. Yeah, that guy just a rap guy. I'm so mad fly in, he ain't. Let me back, tight gave me until I was going on. I'm Miami. They all cornballs. They can't stand me. I finesse. I hear